Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Packers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Charles, how about this Raiders squad? They had a long drought without playoff wins. You had to go back to the AFC Championship season of 2002, but they got it done under head coach Josh McDaniels.
And Brandon, you know how much I love the history of the NFL. How about this? The Raiders and the Colts, the only teams that currently win a Super Bowl in two different cities. Now the Raiders with a chance to win in their third city.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their fifth win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for second all time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era as well. So this is a town that's used to winning, and they expect to win this one as well.
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year. In his third season now, it's Joe Burrow.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
11.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down, and he'll get a couple up to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
That's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Harris now to return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll run with Tanner to begin the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Cousins. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. So the completion good for 7 there. And now third down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't get...
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Here's Burrow. Again, he finds Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Here we go. And one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Taylor on first down. Room here to run.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 53 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
7-3 the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. On second down, it's Taylor.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets them on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Koo now for the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Burrow's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Now it's Burrow. He's got the connection to Moore. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
To the right side, this is Taylor. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Cousins. He's got this complete to Williams. Touchdown Raiders. Jameson Williams, 55 yards. And the Raiders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Curry for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Harris to return. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the first first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Here we go. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on third down. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's airing it out for Williams. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And you'll see they've had success running the football, and that bodes well for their chances of lifting that Lombardi trophy. Meanwhile, for the Packers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams with some extra time to prepare during this long halftime break. But we're about ready to restart the second half of Super Bowl 57. So let's get back out to Arizona and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On the counter, it's Taylor. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He'll buy some time right. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
To about the 26 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Raiders will extend their third-quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just need to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the board and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 141 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle, and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little freaky at the start, but they're ready to go now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Burrow looking to pass. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than their partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Jamien Sherwood there to make the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Taylor. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 168 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Taylor. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a give to Taylor. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Running left, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And some room to run now. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 34 yards there and a 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
So this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A carry here for the big tight end. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
And how about this? Viva Las Vegas! The Las Vegas Raiders on top of the football world as they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
Sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect my